Why is Libra, of all the signs in the Zodiac, considered God's chosen one, the sign of the scales, the symbol of balance, diplomacy, and grace? You see them at parties, charming and effervescent. You see them in art galleries, lost in a world of color and form. You think you know them. You think you understand their quest for harmony, but you have no idea. What if I told you that everything you think you know is just the surface? That beneath that serene smile lies a collection of the most profound contradictions in the entire cosmic blueprint. I am going to walk you through 21 of their deepest secrets, and I will make you a promise right now. You might think you know them well, but the secret I'm going to reveal as number 2 will definitely leave you speechless. Before we dive into their divine secrets, I'm curious, what's your sign? Drop it in the comments below. I love seeing who's in our cosmic community. It helps me feel the energy we're creating together. My name is Anya Sage, and as a psychological astrologer, I've dedicated my life to translating the ancient language of the stars into a modern guide for our souls. And the story the stars tell about Libra is one of the most profound. It's a story about a divine mission, hidden in plain sight. Let's begin by painting the picture you already recognize, the idealized Libra. This is the foundation of their being. At their core, Libras are the chosen architects of beauty. This is secret number 21. They are ruled by Venus, the planet of love, art, and aesthetics. But please do not mistake this for shallowness. A Libra's love for beauty is not about collecting pretty things. It is a sacred duty. It is their divine mission to walk into a world of chaos and to manifest harmony. Imagine a film director stepping onto a chaotic set. The lighting is harsh. The sound is jarring. The actors are tense. The director doesn't yell. They simply begin to adjust. A call for a softer light. They ask for a change in the ambient sound. They speak a quiet word to an actor. They subtly, gently, and intentionally shift the energy until the entire scene breathes. That is a Libra entering a room. They are cosmic directors of atmosphere. Their presence is an act of creation. They are here to remind humanity what grace feels like, what beauty sounds like, what peace looks like. I remember visiting a Libra friend once. I was having a terrible week, and she just said, "Come over, we'll just have some tea." I expected tea, but when I arrived, the world outside my car was gray and stressful, and the world inside her apartment was a sanctuary. She hadn't bought anything new. She had just curated the moment. There were a couple of candles lit, not for romance, but for softness. A playlist was on. So quiet, it was more of a feeling than a sound. The blanket on the couch was folded in a way that just looked inviting. In that moment, she didn't just give me tea. She gave me peace. She used beauty as medicine. That is the Libra's gift. They turn the mundane into a ritual. This devotion to the authentic and the beautiful is why they have so many friends. Which brings us to secret number 9. People are drawn to Libras not just because they are charming, but because they are sincere. In a world full of hype and exaggeration, a Libra is a bastion of truth. This is also why they hate boasters and show-offs. Our secrets, 11 and 10. A Libra doesn't need to be the center of attention. In fact, They'd rather shine the spotlight on you. They find their joy in uplifting others, in seeing the beauty and potential in the people around them, and holding a mirror up so they can see it too. And they will do anything to help those they love. Secret number 15. When a Libra offers to help, it's not from a sense of obligation. It's an expression of pure, unconditional love. They will move mountains, rearrange their entire lives just to be there for a friend in need, expecting nothing in return but the restoration of that person's happiness and balance. And what truly captivates them, what they are drawn to like a moth to a flame? Intelligence. Secret 16. But again, it's not the kind of intelligence you can measure with a test score. It's the way a mind works. They are irresistibly attracted to a sharp wit, a thoughtful perspective, a mind that can dance with theirs. Secrets 19 and 8 are two sides of the same coin. Libras give the most incredible advice. They are masters of perspective. When you are lost in the storm of your own emotions, a Libra can sit with you, listen to all sides of your story, and calmly, rationally help you see the right choice. They can see your life with a clarity that is almost divine. They are the ultimate cosmic consultants. But when it comes to their own life, that clarity evaporates. That calm decisiveness vanishes into a fog of indecision. They can spend weeks agonizing over what to eat for dinner, months debating a career move, years weighing the pros and cons of a relationship. They, who can so easily solve the problems of others, are often paralyzed by their own. And you might be tempted to call this hypocrisy, but you would be missing the point entirely. This isn't a flaw. It is the very source of their power. Their divine purpose is to be a mirror for others. They are designed to absorb the chaos of your situation and reflect back clarity. Their internal struggle, their endless weighing of options, is proof of how deeply they understand the weight of consequence. They feel the potential of every single choice, which makes them the perfect, unbiased guide for you. Their indecision for themselves is the price they pay for the wisdom they offer the world. It is a sacred sacrifice, and that is just the first layer. To truly understand the chosen one, we must go deeper behind the serene smile and the diplomatic grace. Are you ready to see what lies beneath? Because this is where the real story begins. Let's talk about the peacemaker. Secrets 3 and 4. Libras hate conflict. They despise yelling, arguments, and discord of any kind. Their entire being is wired to seek and create harmony. They are the natural diplomats, the mediators who can walk into a blazing argument and with a few calm words settle the dispute without ever taking a side. They are masters of de-escalation. But, and this is a very, very big but, challenge a deeply held conviction. Question their truth. Insinuate that they are being unjust or dishonest. And the scales will tip so fast, it will give you whiplash. This brings us to Secrets 18 and 14. The peaceful diplomat will vanish, and you will find yourself face to face with an untamed wildcat. When a Libra's core principles are on the line, their need for peace is completely overridden by their need for truth. They will become fiercely stubborn, unmovable, and astonishingly powerful in their defense. This isn't about ego or pride. For them, truth and justice are not opinions. They are the pillars of reality. To compromise on them would be to compromise their very soul. Their mission for harmony is built on a foundation of truth, and they will defend that foundation with a ferocity that shocks those who own a charming social butterfly, right? Yes, but this is one of their most misunderstood traits. Secret 20 and 13 reveal the truth. Libras are social introverts. They thrive in social settings. They absorb the energy. They connect. They charm. And then they must retreat. They desperately need solitude to recharge. After being a sponge for everyone else's energy, emotions, and problems, they must go away to wring themselves out. Even Jesus, the scriptures say, went to the mountain to pray alone. A Libra's need for solitude is just as sacred. It's not a rejection of you, it's a preservation of them. And this directly explains secret number 17, one of the most complained about Libra traits. They are notoriously bad at texting. You have a wonderful, deep conversation with them in person, and then you send a text, and you get nothing. Silence. For hours, maybe even days, you feel ignored, ghosted. But you're not. What's happening is that the Libra is in their sacred solitude. Their phone is a portal to the world's energy. And when they need to recharge, they must close that portal. Their silence isn't personal, it's survival. And what happens during this process? What are they processing? Often it's everyone else's feelings but their own. This leads us to one of their most tragic and noble secrets, numbers 1 and 12. Libras struggle to be honest about their own negative emotions. They will bottle up their sadness, their anger, their disappointment, all to maintain group harmony. They will carry the weight of their own pain in silence so that they don't burden the people around them. They will sacrifice their own emotional well-being for the equilibrium of the group. A Libra will sit at a dinner table, heartbreaking, and ask you about your day with a genuine, warm smile, because your happiness in that moment is more important than their own suffering. It is an act of incredible love and incredible self-negation. So we have the peacemaker who is a fierce warrior for truth, the social butterfly who is a secret hermit, the great advisor who is lost in their own life, the selfless empath who hides their own pain. It's an intense, demanding, exhausting existence. And now, for the secret I promised you at the very beginning, the reason number 2 that I said would leave you speechless. After all this intensity, this divine purpose, this constant emotional and spiritual labor, what if I told you their most surprising, most human, most essential secret is they can be incredibly lazy. Yes, lazy. The sign of elegance, purpose, and action has a secret lazy streak that runs a mile deep. It's the thing that delays their grand plans. It's the reason that brilliant idea they had 6 months ago is still just an idea. It's the force that makes them choose the couch over the gym. How can God's chosen one, the agent of balance and beauty, be lazy? Because you're looking at it with human eyes. You are calling it a flaw. The cosmos calls it balance. This isn't laziness in the way we understand it. as a moral failing or a lack of ambition. This is a divine instinctual need for purposeful rest. A Libra's energetic output is immense. They are constantly processing, balancing, absorbing, and giving. Their spiritual and emotional bandwidth is off the charts. The laziness you see is not an absence of will. It is a sacred fallowness. It is the field resting after a harvest. It is the battery recharging after powering a city. They cannot act until their scales are perfectly balanced. And sometimes, balance requires absolute stillness. It requires doing nothing, so that when they do act, their action is pure, intentional, and perfectly aligned with their mission. Their laziness is the guardian of their energy. It ensures they do not burn out. It is the most misunderstood and yet the most essential part of their divine toolkit. It's the pause that makes the music beautiful. It is the secret ingredient to their entire being. Are you speechless yet? So we have the peacemaker, the stubborn believer, the social introvert, and the divinely lazy soul. But what happens when this complex, contradictory being loves? That is where the true magic begins. This brings us to the Goosh, Secrets 7 and 6. Falling for a Libra is like being caught in the most beautiful spiderweb you could ever imagine. A spiderweb of romance. It begins subtly. A look that holds for just a second too long. A compliment that sees a part of you that no one else has ever noticed. They learn the rhythm of your mind, the melody of your heart. They study you, not to manipulate, but to appreciate. They discover the specific things that bring you joy. Unleashing darkness, and they remember that you love a certain kind of flower, and a single one appears on your desk. They remember a story you told weeks ago and bring it up at the perfect moment. Before you know it, you are wrapped in silken threads of consideration, charm, and beauty. You're not trapped, you are held. And it feels like the safest, most beautiful place in the entire universe. Their charm isn't a tactic. It's the natural radiance of a soul dedicated to creating beauty. And in that moment, you are their art. And once you are in that web, once a Libra has truly chosen to love you, secret number 5 comes into play. You cannot stop a Libra from loving you. It is one of the most powerful, unstoppable forces in the cosmos. Their affection is unwavering, dedicated, and endures through all obstacles. They see the beauty in your imperfections. They see the gold within your shadows. Where others might run from your flaws, a Libra will build a shrine to them, loving you not in spite of them, but because of them. Their love is an act of divine commitment. Once they have decided you are worthy, their scales are balanced in your favor, and it would take an act of God to tip them back. This web of romance, this unstoppable love, it's not separate from their mission. It is the fuel for it. And when you see all of these pieces together, the puzzle of the chosen one becomes clear. From their mission to create beauty, to their shocking stubbornness for truth, from their selfless advice to others, to their profound indecision for themselves, from their need for social connection to their desperate need for solitude. And yes, even their secret divine laziness. Every single trait, every contradiction is part of a divine design. They are not flaws, they are tools. Libra carries the beautiful, heavy burden of balance for us all. They are here to show us how to live in harmony, how to fight for truth, how to love unconditionally, and how to find the sacred power in rest. They are God's chosen ones because they embody the very struggle and the ultimate triumph of finding equilibrium in a world that is anything but. They are the living, breathing embodiment of grace under pressure. If this resonated with you, or if you finally understand the Libra in your life, show some love by hitting that like button. And make sure you subscribe for more cosmic truths. It's the energy that fuels this work. And a final thought: content that tells the unvarnished truth like this can be fragile. I'd recommend saving this video so this wisdom is always there when you need it.